Hey, listen, yeah, because you're frozen on my end too.
All right, well, we're live, so hey, how goes it? I'm Ken Bosak, and we're freezing up. We're having technical difficulties here, but bear with us.
Bear,
Um,
what's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining us. It's been a
What's
while.
going on?
you look like you're just like a still picture for a video feed there.
Try to minimize your Skype, like, and then maximize it again. Nah, sometimes that clears it up.
Let's see.
Just a suggestion.
I don't know. Let's see how it looks on YouTube on my end over here. I don't know. Guys, let us know in the comments how the audio sounds, how the video looks, and everything.
Now I heard the feedback.
Alright, there we go. That was my phone, I think, for a second there.
Mine too, just for a brief second, because I was getting so I could get to chat with folks.
Alright, so, I figure I will let Rice start it off. What kind of topic or story do you want to talk about first? What went down last week?
Okay, well, one of the things that I noticed was you had some articles come out regarding some big financial institutions making some statements saying that they are going to be getting involved in cryptocurrency. You've got Goldman Sachs that's going to be beginning trading Bitcoin futures.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty big deal. And then Coinbase is going to be offering block trading for institutional investors and stuff over the counter. So they're going to be opening up a facility.
There's too much audio, something going on with the audio here, man. We got to start using headphones as a collective. I can't understand.
Be right back.
All right. I would end up having to go look for where they are right now.
Sorry, I just keep hearing the feedback and I can't understand what Rice is saying.
I can hear him clearly though.
I don't know what's going on.
You go through all that, and it turns out it's all on your side.
It probably is, man. We didn't have much time to really try and test anything before we went live.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna stick with the original timeline. So
yeah, we're gonna test it out now. We're figuring it all out, guys.
the
I
real
definitely
world.
hear myself when I talk come in from somebody else's side.
All right, how is this, man?
You plugged your headphones in?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can still hear myself every time I talk.
Yeah,
Trek,
All right, so it might be my
Trek,
side.
can you mute your your headset or your speakers? Just mute them for me.
Who, me or Trek?
Trek. All right, testing. Yep. It's his speakers.
What's up?
Every time you or me talk, I can hear the echo through his loudspeaker being picked back up into his microphone.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. We gotta figure that out.
Yeah,
Hold on 1 second. I realized. Hold on 1 second.
But I'll leave my headphones in.
There we go. That
Regardless.
sounds better, though, when his speakers were muted, because then I could actually understand what you were saying. Sorry about that, everybody.
Yes, all right.
Hey,
Be
boss
right back.
lady, how goes it? All right, guys, so in the description box below, I have a couple links. You can see I have a link to the Crypto Shit Show. As you saw, Rice Crypto, he interviewed Nathan Hawk, as well as I did the other day. Nathan
Awesome interview, man.
Thank you, man. Same. Nathan is hosting and organizing and basically funding his damn self a crypto shit show convention in Philadelphia. It's an unconventional convention, and it's for the people, by the people. You don't have to worry about being sold anything. It's free. Just show the hell up and have fun. There is a link in the description box below for that event, the Crypto Shit Show, as well as the conference I'll be going to in Las Vegas, the World Crypto Con. I'll be there November 1st, which is my birthday. So that's exciting. There's a link below for tickets to the World Crypto Con in Las Vegas, October 30th till November 2nd. That's going to be fucking hella dope. They got hella big speakers. Brock is going to be there. Friggin' Amanda B. Johnson's going to be there. I'll be there. Crypto Blood is supposed to be doing a thing there as well, so it's going to be cool, man, to see a lot of big names, new names. You know, it's for everybody. It doesn't seem like it's one of those exclusive conferences, even though it's going to be a 4,000 plus person conference in Las Vegas.
What are the dates on this one, man?
October 30th to November 2nd, man. I hope you can make it.
Yeah, I'll probably be making out this one.
All right, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
So,
Still frozen though.
yeah.
Kill
One
your
thing at a
video.
time. Like-
hit the little video icon and just kill the video and see if that helps any. And then
All right,
bring it
now
on
I'm
back.
And
Well, also,
bam.
man.
What?
Yeah, there you go.
We got video.
Yeah.
They didn't think you were real,
okay.
man. They didn't think you were real.
The crypto shit show too that's going on, man. That's happening May 23rd. It's a Wednesday, but it's definitely worth checking out in Philadelphia. Larkin Rose is going to be there as well as a lot of other people. So it's going to be a wealth of information, like from a technical perspective, security perspective, all about crypto and blockchain. So if you're in the Philadelphia area, May 23rd, and like Ken was saying, we both interviewed Nathan Hawk. Check out my YouTube channel at Rice Crypto, and definitely check out Ken's interview as well, because both interviews have some similar information, but there's also some different information, and I encourage you guys to check it out. I'm going to be there, and Ken's going to be there as well.
Okay, can I jump in on this one? Ironically enough, so when he did the show that was up here in Baltimore,
Yeah.
I what's his name?
Nathan, we were talking about you.
Yeah, so he told me about that, and so the next day I went to that. Yo, when I tell you, like, a phenomenal group of people in that collection of, between, like, the security information, just, you know, like the general stuff of, like, educational stuff, it was interesting. And then the dude that he was talking about who does the magic tricks, Spencer, he's good. Spencer's really good.
I'm looking forward to that, man, because like I'm big into card tricks and illusions and stuff like that.
You'll definitely like Spencer's stuff. And I actually got to speak. I did the presentation about like the whole the shifting that's going on in the space between like the ground level and the business kind of folks and the regulatory folks thing. So I did a little speech on that. And
I heard you killed it with that speech, man.
Yeah, like he let me jump up at the last minute, so I was really thankful for that.
Are you going to be able to make it out to the one in Philly?
I already put it on the calendar, so I should be down there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully Mark will be, Crypto Mac will be there too, man. That'd be really awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
He couldn't join us, man. He's on the plane traveling down to Florida, so.
Stays busy, man. I know how those feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So let's cut into the news, guys. So Goldman Sachs is officially going to be trading crypto. I mean, didn't they unofficially acquire Poloniex? Like, so I mean, that was like inevitable, right?
The company Circle Investing is supposed to be backed by Goldman Sachs, so it's not technically owned by Goldman Sachs, but Goldman Sachs obviously has their hands involved.
Okay, let's ask this question. How long do you figure before they change the user policy agreement?
Ooh.
When regulation comes in play?
No, before that. They'll have all that changed before the regulations.
Well, that was part of that New York inquiry that the
No, this was before that.
What are we talking about?
Okay, Bosak, do you remember when what's his name? Oh God, I can't remember his name right now. But he brought it up where the question was, how did the Poloniex deal happen, considering some of the questionable early business practices?
Well, that's the thing. Changing ownership actually erases the questionable past. I think they were given a couple months, I think, to under new acquisition, under new ownership. They had a couple months to kind of start doing things the right way, or at least what they think the right way will be in the future. That's why I was excited to see Poloniex sold, because I was worried about Poloniex's past affecting its future. But from the moment the ownership changed hands, that history has nothing to do with its future. It's all new now. So when you start to see Poloniex delisting security tokens, that's when you're like, oh, regulation's coming.
Okay.
Yeah, and basically it was like, because Poloniex is out of the picture. Circle Investing took over, so it's like a whole new crew. All they did was really acquire the name.
The only reason they even
and the
sold
platform.
was because they wanted to erase that history, man. Poloniex knew they couldn't go forward doing what they did without rebranding and starting all over, because they didn't ask for any KYC. They haven't been tracking anybody's trades or anything, right? That's why we all love Poloniex. And they saw regulations coming in the future, and that's why I think they sold for $400 million. They were making that quarterly on transaction fees through their exchange alone. That wasn't the problem. The problem was they couldn't keep doing that much longer with regulations coming. So if they sell it to you and now you start having a tighter ship run, you can keep going forward, because all those shady shit that Poloniex did in the past no longer applies to you, the new owner.
No, you're right, man. You're totally right. So, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I think they were looking for a way to get out, and it wasn't really necessarily about profiting. But it was definitely a smart move on Circle's part, because it takes a lot to actually build a platform from the ground up. So by acquiring Poloniex, they got the name, plus they got the actual platform, which I think is like, saving them a whole lot of money. And it's a smart move. It's definitely a smart move, and we're going to see a lot more of this. I mean, I'm hoping Bittrex is going to hold their own and stay, because I actually trade on Bittrex. Bittrex and Binance are the two exchanges that I use the most. I was using Poloniex up until probably the end of last summer. So, I'm hoping Bittrex, doesn't end up getting acquired. But, it seems like money talks a lot of times, and if these people throw enough, it might even happen. I mean, you got NASDAQ is now announcing, it's not this week's news, but NASDAQ has announced that they're going to be doing a cryptocurrency exchange. They're doing some sort of partnership with GDAX. NASDAQ is part of the digital currency group, and NASDAQ is one of the primary owners of Coinbase, which, a lot of people don't report on that. So, there's already a lot of institutional money coming in. It's just we're going to see more and more of this. And this is what I think is going to lead into a major bull run in the crypto market all over, probably within the next couple of weeks. I think we're going to see a little drawback, a little correction from what just took place this weekend over the past couple of days. And then middle of May, towards the end of May, we're going to start seeing a lot of news announcements during and after consensus. So.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to consensus next week or 2 weeks, whatever. Coming up real damn soon. I'll be in New York for that. I don't know if I'm going to make it into the venue, but I'm sure as hell going to try. I'm just going to walk in, man. I mean, like, selfie
See what
stick.
happens.
Yeah,
Well,
get my
check it.
selfie stick out and just walk into consensus.
I applied for the student scholarship and just got an email this week saying that they didn't accept my scholarship, but I could still get a ticket. So I think the tickets right now are $4,000, but me as a student, they're allowing me to do it for $1,000. So if there's any way you can use my my name, Ken, you're more than welcome to get
I'm just gonna have to shave in a mohawk and just be like, look, guys.
So crazy, man. Yeah, but I mean, I think it was $3,000 to begin with, and then as it got closer to the date, it became.
It's gonna keep going up too.
But this is huge, man. I mean, if you're like in the market and you've got a product, or you've got an ICO, or you've got something going on in the crypto space, this is where you want to be, because everybody's going to be there. All the big names. The only big name that's not going to be there this year is Vitalik Buterin, who came
somebody else agreed to not go.
Okay, well then they're part of the Vitalik fan club. So
yeah. No, I'll be at the Zencash after party though with Boss Lady. Shout out to Summer. We'll be there with Kevin at the after party. So I'll be at least at the after parties if I don't make it into.
Is there a decentralized art? Is there going to be a decentralized art show out there in New York?
I don't think Summer hit me up. I don't think she was organizing one. We'll have to figure that out. Yeah.
I didn't know. For some reason, I thought I might have saw something, but I could be wrong.
So what else was going on? I know MasterCard said that their earnings were affected due to cryptocurrencies. Smart. What do you think about that, bro? Because it's only going to get worse for them here on out, right?
I mean, I wouldn't. Okay, so in my head, it makes sense that they would have had an issue because of what the banks were doing. So it's like, oh, we don't want. Sam, you have it that MasterCard and Visa cover both on the end of a debit card and a credit card that would be attached to the banking system itself. Like, it only makes sense that once the banks say, hey, we don't want to allow X amount of like these kind of purchase options anymore, like, of course it's going to make sense that the company that's the medium is going to be affected. Like, they're too integrated for it to not happen. And honestly, I would think they would have saw that coming down the pike. Like, in my head,
I thought Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, all of them would have saw Netflix coming. I really would have. I would have expected Blockbuster to have an app right now. Like, they had their own golden standard for how movies should be. Blockbuster Awards. And now they no longer exist, man. They don't even have, they have like, you know what I mean? So I think Visa is going to be replaced by things like Edge Wallet real fast. MasterCard, Visa, all these middlemen that make money move, they're just a wallet, a centralized wallet. I can use Edge. I could even use Steam It. I could send you Steam Dollar, that is a cryptocurrency, pegged to the dollar, through their blockchain instantly, very quickly, and, you know, without any centralized authority.
Okay, then the same thing could be argued in regards to PayPal. And then PayPal just did something where now they changed their fee structure.
Yeah, they
so now, like, technically, sending cryptos to and fro is cheaper than using PayPal.
Yeah, they increased their fees to make it actually more appealing to use crypto, even if there were like a high fee moment. Because if you're going to send $20 to somebody and they're going to charge you $3.75, you might as well use a stable coin or any crypto in general. It's not going to be that volatile.
Yeah. Well, see, since you're saying that, it's the perfect thing for people to use, and I think it's going to be, once people catch on, Abra. See, we talk about Abra doing the CFDs, which is the contract for difference. It's a synthetic future. You're not actually purchasing the cryptocurrencies. But the other thing that people that in our space aren't talking about, because this is what it was originally created for, was peer-to-peer way to send money for anybody in the world. So, you know, that's what it was designed for. So they've got 50 different fiat currencies, and then you can't send the 20 different cryptocurrencies that they have available on there, but you can send Bitcoin and Litecoin in addition to the 50 different fiat currencies. So that is a peer-to-peer system, and it's essentially another way of doing banks. So with things like the Edge Wallet and Abra, it's going to put companies like Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, Western Union out the door, man.
And some people think Abra is
excited.
Centralized, but you have your private keys. So if Abra was to disappear and you had your value distributed between 50 fiat currencies and 20 cryptocurrencies, you can sweep that Bitcoin private key and recover all those funds in one currency, Bitcoin, at the end of the day. So yeah, Abra may be a little centralized, but you can still back up your Bitcoin, which is everything in your Abra wallet.
The CEO of Abra, I can't remember his name, Bill Barnhart or something like that. I'm not sure if he's based in the Philippines or if the company is based in the Philippines, but that's where they
started off over there.
Okay, well, they've worked with the government out there, and and this is going to kind of lead into something that you're talking about with one of your articles, Track. They've got a little, like, either a town or a district that is very, very crypto friendly, like where they're testing out businesses to accept people to use. So I don't know if it's an entire town, like I said, or just a district area, but that CEO is pushing that, and he's the one pushing these the company Abra is centralized, but the wallet itself, you owning your private key, doesn't make the wallet
Which is like the main key point. Segue from that to, so the two stories that I was going to present was the one about Barcelona in Spain, and the other one about the village in Ukraine. Both are currently, right now, today, utilizing their version of cryptocurrency local to them in their area, in their ecosystem. So you need eggs, you need bread. Like, guess what? The larger state isn't allowing whatever to happen. You're still functioning. The economy is still moving along. Peer-to-peer commerce is still happening. If you're a farmer who has cows and you have milk, and the other person has a flour mill and they make bread, you can do that, barter that way. But then you can also, hey, I'm going to buy the milk from you, and then I'm going to sell you the bread from over here. That's going on in Ukraine. I can't pronounce the name of this village for the life of me. It's really hard to pronounce. But then also in Barcelona, there's like 10 neighborhoods. And you can do that right now. So we all hear this when people are like, well, what can you do with a Bitcoin? Well, what can it buy? Or what can you do with a cryptocurrency? Like, how can you spend it? I really try to find, and Ken and me and you talk about this all the time, of the whole thing of like being able to show people like, yes, this new digital money, it works, it functions. It's just we here in America, stateside, don't have the same. We don't have the same.
We don't have the same problems.
Level or
we don't got the same problems, man. We're spoiled here. That's the thing.
There's something about when you're in a first-tier country that you don't understand the importance of economic sovereignty compared to other regions. So if you look at Ukraine, if you look at what's going on in Barcelona, and Spain as a larger country itself, if you look at what's going on in Venezuela,
yeah.
Like all perfect examples of
Asian
understanding.
countries.
Everybody went quiet just now. I can see your mouth moving, Mark, but I can't hear you.
Whoa. Can you hear me?
I can't, and I don't hear Ken at all.
We can hear you. I hear you.
It's weird though. That's so
I don't
weird.
know, but I saw those two articles, and like nobody in the main influencer end is really looking at that. A lot of people talking about the regulatory or whatever other stuff and like the conferences or whatever. But I try to look for those things to say like, hey, there are examples of these things happening, and it's real world, right?
Yeah. I mean, you can even take that onto a bigger scale. He can't hear me.
Example of this in the U.S.
This is crazy. How are we gonna? I know. How are we gonna function?
Call back.
Yeah, give us a call.
And then call back.
Yo.
Hang up.
I don't know.
And then call back. I don't know sign language.
Killing me right now. I don't even know.
Can you hear us? I don't know. This is crazy, Kenny.
Bosak is totally quiet. I can't even hear him
Kenny
anymore.
B, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Rice. You can hear me.
Know.
YouTube's working. I know they can hear us.
This is so weird.
Well, come on, man. Get that headset.
This is killing me.
You see this?
Hang up.
Like, I'm trying to make a hang up.
There we go. And then get them to call back.
Yeah, that's so crazy. But yeah, Ken, I definitely want to try to go to some conventions, and I'd like to go to some conventions and hang out with you since we're both, herbal friendly and do medicines together. So I think that would be really cool, man. So I definitely want to do the Vegas one. I want to go to the Dallas one.
Is he back?
It sounds like it.
Yo, and now you're moving. You're actually moving now, folks.
There we go.
We got some entertainment going on at least.
Hey, are you on your phone? Is that what's happening?
No, I'm on the laptop.
Oh
What's up, DJ Meat Popsicle?
DJ Meat Popsicle in the house. Yo, guys. So you can hear me now, right?
Yep.
All right, so what you were talking about is pretty funny because we just saw recently companies in America start to do this with fucking Oscar Mayer, bro, of all the motherfuckers.
Dude,
they have
Bitcoin.
a cryptocurrency backed by bacon. That is
Bitcoin.
actually better than the fiat dollar. It actually has a backing. Bacon.
No, wait, hold on. Let me throw this one out there and see if we can see where I'm coming from as far as the shilling that's going that can potentially happen in this. All right, so you as the end user you are like, all right, I like bacon. Most people like bacon, right? All right. So Oscar Mayer, as the company platform, comes out with their version of a token, right, a coin, and says, you give us fiat. So they're pulling the value in, and then we're going to give you this token thing. But you redeem it by getting product,
right?
The Oscar Mayer product franchise, right? Now, as far as Oscar Mayer is concerned, they're looking at, we get a revenue in from how much we sell as far as these products are concerned. They cost us X amount on the dollar, okay? So a pack of hot dogs that is sold for, let's say, $1.99 in the supermarket, production cost-wise, may have been under $1. You gave up $1 to then get something that is not equivalent in that value of $1.
Okay, you're right.
Not to mention, they're more the supermarket level of it. They're probably going to have over. Now, when you go back up the chain, as far as the logistics is concerned, what Oscar Mayer is pushing out, they're not going to have a better tracking capability to see how, at the ground level where the supermarket is, how the end user is buying their product. Now, mind you,
have you checked it out though? Have you looked at it all by any chance?
The actual point itself and how it
it's because it's more of a joke. Like it's not
a real crypto. You can't. I don't think you can actually mine it, but. I like what you're saying, but then again, it is volatile, right? So today it may be 1 crypto for 4 slices of bacon, and if it gets popular enough, maybe 1 token is worth 12 slices of bacon.
That's how it works, Track. Like when it first came out, it was like 16 slices of bacon.
And you're not giving them dollars for this token. You're actually giving them attention. So you have to go to the website and like mine the coin by like watching something on their website, I think, or whatever. And like you said, it's only redeemable for product. But here's where my hustler comes in, bro. I'm a natural born hustler. So
I agree.
I get Oscar Mayer coin from them, and they won't give me nothing but bacon for it, right? All right, bro. Everyone
you gonna
likes
sell your
bacon.
food stamps?
Hey, I'm gonna be selling some food stamps, bro. You already know this. I will be giving out that bacon for Bitcoin on the street corner, bro. I'll get Bitcoin in the end. Or I'll eat bacon.
The sad thing is, man, in case you didn't see it, is they actually were served with Oscar Mayer was served with a cease and desist because there is a guy a couple years ago who actually came out with Baycoin and the whole concept, and it's already in existence. And so he decided to send a cease and desist to Oscar Mayer. So
that's why I haven't been able to get any coins, man. I've been trying so hard.
I checked it out, man, just to see what it was. Yeah,
wow,
to see.
Cease and desist.
I just think
everybody's gonna get hit with that.
It was just the way. It was because they were using something that's already existed. They would have used something different than Baycoin, or if they would decide to change the name of what they're doing, then they're good to go. It's just they can't use that name, so that's what they were served the cease and desist for. So I don't know if they'll continue with it, but ultimately, I think it was just them trying to just get some promotion, some advertisement, and seem a little bit more relevant.
Yeah, that's a Long Island blockchain move for sure.
I mean, who do you see out there talking about Oscar Mayer? It's not like a topic of conversation.
No, dude, you know who's having a talk right now? It's Kodak. We have Kodak talking about them. We have Long Island blockchain because Kodak has an ICO. Long Island Iced Tea changed their name. All these irrelevant companies, like you said,
Atari.
Yeah, who?
Atari.
Oh yeah, that's right, the Atari token. I forgot about that. See? Yeah, already forgot about that. Wow.
You're gonna see everything tokenized, man. Like right now, like you can get a Walmart card or like a Sears card. And you can only use these cards only at Walmart or Sears. They're not good for any other place. But if you go on Walmart, you can buy anything in the store. And essentially, that's what you're going to start seeing is they're going to end the cards and you'll just tokenize things. So Walmart Cash, you'll just buy like a cryptocurrency, or not necessarily a cryptocurrency, but it would be a token, a crypto token.
Like a gift card, like somebody was just saying.
So that's essentially what it would be. Is like, like you'll be able to get gift cards with Bitcoin and stuff like that in the future with paper wallets, you know. So it'll be the same kind of concept.
The Bitcoin note. Did anybody see that one?
Yeah, I'm trying to bring up the story right here on my phone, actually. I can't remember exactly who just made Bitcoin physical. Who was it again? I posted the article.
I don't know who made it.
I saw something about that earlier where they were making paper wallets and had like a bill kind of looking thing.
Oh, give me a sec. I have the stupid story. I had it up on my computer a second ago before it went to go crazy.
It's if it's what I think it is, it's gobitcoin.io.
Where did the article go?
I don't know if they're in
literally
the
had it up. Yeah, they're making it. Someone's making physical Bitcoin. Crap! Why can't I find the story? It was just the other day too.
Yeah, it was like Thursday or Friday.
But that's what I like about paper Bitcoins. And I saw a thing here. I have it somewhere hidden. I lost it. From the Bank of Polymorbit, I believe. It was like this crazy unrippable paper wallet, dude, and had like NFC technology built in and all kinds of cool little features for a paper wallet. And I think it was from Bank of Polymorbit, and it was a Via coin.
That's cool.
Are we still looking for who just made physical Bitcoins?
Yeah, I was trying. I thought I saw it handy, but I can't. I'm not. But yeah, what I saw.
Bitcoin goes physical. Swiss startup launches pilot sale of Bitcoin banknotes. Thank you, Cointelegraph. Anna Alexandria is the author of this article. Shout out to her. I'm so sorry I couldn't remember what she wrote earlier. But yes, so Switzerland and Singapore have launched a pilot sale of physical notes of Bitcoin, according to press release the other day, which is freaking crazy. Why wouldn't you just buy Bitcoin, bro? Like, why?
Well, it's like it's like those open dimes. I mean, I think it's more of a novelty purpose, you know, because, I mean, the thing is, like, one of the problems I think that especially older people are having with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, especially with the mainstream adoption, is the fact that it's not physical. People are so conditioned to touch things and to possess things. And then you got the old school people who are like precious metal, gold and silver, that if you don't own it, or if you can't touch it, you don't own it. You know, the kind of concept, you know, where they don't even believe in like owning like ETFs or contracts and golds and stuff like that. So I mean, I think that the more kind of things we can have to make physical versions of the Bitcoin, the better. Like if we had a hardware wallet that was like a coin shaped like a Bitcoin. What we see is like one of those coins you can order off the internet. Like, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I got the
I don't have mine handy, but well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I know what you're saying, but that's still kind of weird to people because it looks like a little calculator, electronic device.
You don't even need an extra thing. It's in your phone. Just use your Edge wallet.
I agree, but you got people who like to touch things. So I mean,
they can touch their phone. I mean, they used to like to touch MP3 players and video cameras and a cellular device. Now they touch one thing to hold all of those things in the palm of their hand. They'll get used to it, dude. People
also you've got
the people who aren't will die off before it matters.
And that in government.
That was very
very cold-hearted.
I'm just saying, like, how many people today miss horse and buggies? Man. Ask anybody how many people like, man, I hate traffic. I miss horse and buggies. Hay was the shit. Gas stinks. Ask anybody if they miss horse and buggies. Man. They all died. They're all dead. It doesn't matter.
Pennsylvania's full of Quakers.
Exactly. Thank you.
Even they have a tractor that takes gasoline because it gets the job done quicker. Don't let them fool you. They ain't full all in. Drive by them Amish, you see them with cell phones. They don't play.
I thought it was like the one cell phone that's like the community cell phone.
Maybe that's a rumor or something. But I'm in and out of Pennsylvania a lot, and in New Jersey we got a farmer's market. Them Amish dudes could outplay you in anything you got. I'm telling you. Like they're always on their phones. So I'm like,
do the Amish guys sell at the farmers markets and stuff?
yeah, it's pretty cool.
I would encourage you. If you could go to there and convince an Amish dude to accept Bitcoin.
If I felt like I could have a conversation with one of them without buying a handmade swing or rocking chair,
heater,
I would.
A heater, yeah. Okay.
Dude. I mean, dude, they're great salesmen, and it's all handmade. It's all beautiful as hell. I got to avoid half of it. I'm like, I don't own a house. Leave me alone. I can't fit a gazebo in my studio apartment.
That's funny.
But yeah, it's right down the street, dude. I love that place. And there's a couple of stores I've been working on to accept Bitcoin at the farmers market. I think that would be a cool place for it to go down. They're only open like 3 days a week. I feel like why not? You know, you're only hurting yourself by not accepting.
Okay, bro.
But how many people are spending crypto? Let's talk about that. Like, you know.
Okay, like, so I wanted to hit you up about this, and on the same thing of like, in looking at what is around us in regards to the people who are in our realm of, we're trying to get the word out, we're trying to get people to understand and what are the benefits and how this plays out. But for the people who aren't used to how this space works, they still relate everything back to the traditional set of as far as businesses. So, well, you know, what about my taxes? Or better yet, right? You look at the businesses in your neighborhood and you go, what is the demographics of people that your business draws in? So if I go to the new bar, that's like the hip lounge spot, there's more younger people there, as opposed to if I go to the old around the way bar where like the youngest person in there is like 45. I have a harder time trying to sell the idea of cryptos to that bar owner because their demographics are like, no, we deal with, I'm going to give them the $5 or I'm going to swipe my card, right?
Yeah.
And so I've been trying to like look at it that way in regards to like the businesses in my neighborhood and like, how do I approach them and which ones do I approach?
Well, what I would suggest, man, because, you know, I got to...
I'm hating this today.
You can't hear me? That sucks, man. That so sucks.
He'll call back. He'll call back, man. That is funny.
What did I think the soda just got from?
But yeah, I was thinking about doing something similar, man. Like trying to do.
What the fuck?
Can you hear me now? No. Yes. Oh, God.
So I got a couple shops to accept Bitcoin. There was a coffee shop, a pizza shop, and a cell phone repair shop. And
well, they were all private businesses.
Yeah, private small businesses, and not too many people or nobody actually spends Bitcoin there. And I think he's right. We got to find a place people would want to go to spend Bitcoin. Maybe, I don't know. Like I think your bar scenes. I honestly don't know, man. Like he's not wrong. It's hard to figure out who to pitch to.
Well, what I was gonna say is like you know, like the places that you want to go to are the most popular places, the most happening places. Like that's how trends work, is when the places that everybody goes to or places that everybody wants to be at. Can you hear? Okay, how about now? Now
we're up.
Well, what if we do it for survival, though? You know, like he was saying, like the old bar where the youngest guy's 40 years old.
Right,
well, what if they start accepting Bitcoin and now the youngest guy's 21 and the bar is rejuvenated because people have this thing that they can't spend anywhere else? Like if your bar is the only bar in town that accepts Bitcoin and I'm all in on Bitcoin and Bitcoin goes up 50%, I want to go to a Bitcoin bar to celebrate my winnings.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. But now, Track, what I was saying was like I think the easiest solution to get more of everybody to kind of take this thing on as far as a community is get your places that are more popular, that are basically sought after, places that people want to be at, because that's how trends are generally started. Is when somebody like who's popular does something, other people will emulate it. So when you got a successful business already kind of doing something, and they're usually successful businesses that are local, already tapped into the scene. So, they're usually kind of tapped in with other business owners. So, and then other business owners want to know, what are you doing to like grab everybody? Like, how are you getting to the point that you don't even have to do anything to advertise your business? Like, you guys are just bringing people in left and right. Those are the people. The more bigger businesses, bigger local businesses that adopt, then the other ones are going to feel the pressure to keep up.
Yeah, I see that. I see that with Goldman Sachs. I see that with the Dow Jones. I see that with NASDAQ. I see that with all the trendsetters. You're right. You're right.
But it's not going to work in every area. And where that's where what you're saying, Ken, would work is when the bigger businesses aren't, then you've got these companies that are kind of becoming passe and aren't keeping up, and they want to try something new. Like just a complete makeover and add like the cryptocurrency aspect, and it could revive their business and start bringing in a whole new clientele, and that might encourage other businesses too.
So that then goes to the other thing on the end of, now you have to bring in, okay, so for example, let's say a comic book store. A comic book store generally has a wide demographic in regards to age of clientele, right? So for them, they would probably be a little bit more.
I see where you're going, man. I'm sorry you froze, but
yeah,
I went to the biggest comic book shop in America. It's in Philadelphia, actually. It's on Ontario Street. It's actually called Ontario Street Comics. And I asked,
compared to if I went to like,
he's back.
He's been talking this whole.
He's gone again.
He's probably been talking his whole entire time.
Oh man! But yo, what I was saying,
Trek, I'm listening to what you're saying.
Yeah, so I tried to get a comic shop to accept it, and they were just not interested, man. I was like, but it doesn't make sense. You're a cash-only business. You don't even accept a Visa. Like, this is digital cash. Like, I don't understand what you're not understanding, and they were just so afraid of it, man, that they didn't even want to try. Like, this guy's like 70 years old. This shop's been around since I was like 7. So like,
wow.
Yeah, they're not trying to accept Bitcoin. I'm trying.
And so now this comes to the part, and this is kind of the thing that I've been wrestling around in my head with, is where you have to bring in the UB, the Q&A for everything that is payment solution related. So if they say, well, I hear you, but I hear about it on the news, and then they talk about like, it's not really real, or like, but what would I even use to actually accept it? Well, you know what? There's this company called X, Y, and Z, and here is what would be your point of sale.
Right.
Oh, well, but where does it go? And then what do I do about my taxes? Well, you know what? This is what it does.
That's why I lose everybody with taxes, though, man.
Well, here's part of it. When what you're going to end up seeing is, because all governments are pushing for this, they're pushing for us to go cashless. So whether or not cryptocurrency is mainstream adopted, when we go cashless and we get rid of that physical aspect of currency, not money, of currency, because I don't want people to get me wrong. I'm talking about paper money. That's currency. When we see that going, we go cashless, people have a lot better understanding of this. And then that's where we're going to get into like where I keep talking in the future. Once we've seen that mainstream adoption take place, is when we're going to see that battle of centralization versus decentralization. And that's where the future is going to be, kind of headed towards. And that's why you see like Venezuela, they've got their petro. Iraq, Russia, China are talking about doing cryptocurrencies. I even was talking about in a news article that I suggested this week that there's a possibility that they really are talking about implementing a Fed coin. So, the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, which is
a fiat currency backed by a cryptocurrency.
The biggest central bank in the world, IMF. I mean, they basically are one of the controlling factors of what happens in this world, especially on the monetary end. And they basically put out in their report that cryptocurrencies aren't a threat. They want, in the G20 conference that took place this year, they want cryptocurrency regulation to take place, but they don't want the countries to stifle the innovation. They basically want to prevent like bad ICOs and companies who are just trying to raise money and just back out and things like that. I think they're just trying to tighten up, make sure that you got more actual stuff going on. Does this smell that bad or what? Are you showing your tattoo off?
No, it looks bad, doesn't it? I didn't even mean to
It
show it
does.
off. I went to stretch
It
and
looked
I
like you
saw it
were
in the
like,
camera.
"Oh, it stinks."
No, I went and looked at it and I was like, that just looks like it looks so much worse on camera than it
It
does.
looks like you got shit. Like
Yeah, dude, it's just like, oh.
Is that
it
a
hurts
bruise?
though. It ain't yeah, it's bruised. It's all bruised up, dude. It hurts. How's your
That's
tattoo
a lot.
look, man? You just got one today, didn't you?
Well,
I got touched up.
yeah, a little touch up. I don't know. It's hard to see.
There it
Me and my
goes.
Oh, that was your picture.
yeah, I've got it's a backwards bass clef, and my girl has the regular bass clef on the other hand, and when we hold hands, it makes a heart together between them. We both love music, and that's kind of what brought us together.
What
so
sound would that make?
it's a bass. It's just a bass clef. It's not a note.
Oh,
It just signifies whether like it's bass. You know, like bass. There's
Gotcha.
tenor.
So it's
There's
just
like-
bass in general. I got you. I can't read music. I can barely read literature, dude.
Can you read emoji?
Oh, dude, I said I speak it fluently. I actually read it. I read at 140 characters a second.
You should teach emoji at the colleges, man. That's the future.
No, right?
Emoji wallets, dude. Could you imagine giving somebody a couple emojis and that's your wallet address to receive crypto?
That'd be pretty cool.
Heart face, kissy face, winky face, smile emoji.
Yeah, I swear. You be coming up with the funniest shit, bro.
Send me some of those emoji coins, fellas.
It's because he's high.
A little bit. So what else was up in the news this week? I think the most recentest big news with drama, I guess we could cover drama at the end here, was the lawsuit against Bitcoin.com over Bitcoin BCH and Bitcoin Core BTC listing on their website. And it's only been announced that it was let go because of the lack of funds. They just don't have the money to really compete with that. But I feel like that may change over time, guys. I mean, these people that wanted to pursue this, they're investors. Maybe they'll start investing with that intent to save to get to this point where they can afford that, or more people will join because it is very misleading. I don't like it. They have a wallet where it kind of makes it look like Bitcoin Cash is Bitcoin. So when someone says, "Hey, I'll send you Bitcoin, give me your Bitcoin address," if you're using their wallet, you could be mistaken and actually send your money off into the ether. So that sucks, man. What do you guys think about the dropping of the lawsuit, and what it actually says? Because it almost makes it seem like Bitcoin.com wins and Bitcoin Cash is Bitcoin because, they won this. But what really went down?
Okay, so on that one, I'm going to say, on one hand, I would say it's like a double-edged sword to me, right? So on one hand, you can argue that this is the community checking itself because both parties were, quote, of the community. Granted, the intention or the business agenda behind why each side did what they did is, quote, not known. So that's where it comes into the, like, this could have been a sketchy thing. Like, you intentionally look to mislead the public by making that little switch in the on your page, and then you have the person who decided, like, well, I'm gonna sue. Mind you, Ripple is in a lawsuit situation too, but it's like, all right, I feel you for suing in regards to I don't like the shadiness, the shilling kind of thing that looks like it's going on, but once again, not knowing either side of the party and not knowing what the intentions are, it's like, well, I don't really know what your agenda was and where you were looking to go with the lawsuit. And I don't know also what Bitcoin.com's agenda was in regards to switching. Was it really to mislead, or was it that maybe somebody who did their front end web development website decided to mess around and they got fired. So it was like, all right, but blah, 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 blah.
There's always a scapegoat. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm just totally making that part up.
I like that. I didn't think of that. That's one way to quit. He can't hear me again. You can't hear me.
No, man.
I don't know why the loss, but it's crazy because we can hear him. Can you hear him?
I can hear him.
He just can't hear us. That's crazy.
Keeps cutting. That's weird. It might be his headphones. Maybe it is his battery dying. What else happened last week, man? What else happened last week that we could talk about today? Quick shout out to, again, I just pointed this out earlier, the Bitcoin Podcast Network. They reached episode 200, starring Kenny Styles. That's pretty damn cool. So check it out, guys. Check out the Bitcoin Podcast, episode 200. Congratulations to Marcello Quincy. That is a fucking milestone and a half. And yeah, guys, with any luck, we'll get there. Hopefully, we can do this every Sunday, 7 p.m.
Be consistent,
to 8 p.m.
yeah.
Try to be more consistent.
I can definitely do it, dude. I can definitely do it, and I'm pretty sure that Mark, Crypto Mac, will be back on board. It'd be cool to all four of us. What was it I was gonna say? Something I just read. I don't know. Go ahead and finish what you're saying.
Trek. Now, you got anything else you wanted to talk about?
All right, can I throw out the coin market cap issue? Did you hear about that one?
Bring it up. What's up?
Okay, so who did it?
It was Dr. Oh, it was Crypto Blood in the library with the lantern.
I don't know about that.
Oh, we're not playing cards. Never mind.
Okay. So he brought up an article that was on Medium. I don't know how old the article is itself, but I've heard it I've heard it brought up before that CoinMarketCap, for their data points of how they show the pricing and volume of the platforms that they list, certain parts of the information are either downplayed or stale, as in that it's old, and there's certain shenanigans that might be happening behind the scenes. And so when I started hearing that, like 2 months ago, I want to say, that's when I started trying to find like if there was any other market cap website that you could look at. And you know Peter Saddington.
Yeah, decentralized.
So
TV,
you talking about Coin Puffs?
Coin Puffs and all them. Yeah,
Coin Puffs.
So I was looking at them. I was looking at Shapeshift has CoinCap.
There's On-Chain FX.
Yeah,
that's a great one. On-Chain FX, and then the other one is World Coin Index. Is another good one.
I didn't come across that one, and there was another one I can't remember right now. But nonetheless, what amazes me is that considering that X amount of the people who we've been in the space for a while, and granted, CoinMarketCap does list like everything. But there's still certain parts of where it's like kind of like you question it, but then because everyone always references it, like you can go to like the not even the top 10 people, but like just like the first like 10 YouTubers that come up. If you put in something about like the market or whatever, 10 out of 10 is gonna say CoinMarketCap, which amazes me now because we've been in long enough in the space, and it's come so far that we know that there are other options.
Well, since you're saying that, though, there are a lot of inexperienced people who are just kind of keeping on that CoinMarketCap deal, but like Omar Bam, Crypto, he made a video, maybe like 2-3 weeks ago, talking about kind of what you're talking about, and he's been using On-Chain FX, and Chris from Cryptoverse, he used On-Chain FX. I think Crypto Bud. So a lot of the more established people are getting away from the CoinMarketCap. That's where I think people who that's where you start to distinguish somebody who knows what the hell's going on. Because if you're using CoinMarketCap as your primary way of trying to communicate information, then you don't have your ear on the scene that well. And
Which then brings me to what? How does the ripple effect go back to CoinMarketCap to where they're going to start changing their action? What is it going to take? Is it going to take the slow crawl of like the mid-sized influencers, or is it going to take the big names? Like, oh, I have like 20,000 subs on my YouTube channel and like 500,000 followers on Twitter or whatever, right? Is it going to take those people to start not mentioning you anymore, to then be like, all right, we need to start actually getting on the grind and fix our what our perceived issues are?
I think I think that it will end up being a MySpace. It'll just fade away, and other people.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm with you. CoinMarketCap, yeah, no, they have to go away. I mean, I keep thinking to myself, what has CoinMarketCap done with all that BitConnect money? Because they had that referral code on their front screen for a long time, and they had a lot of people in their downline from that that banner ad, and it said no risk, and and I had a lot of risk at the end, man. So if I signed up under CoinMarketCap, I'd be a little bit bitter.
Yeah. It's like Poloniex still exists, and they've got a tarnished name. I mean, they're on their way out as far as, users using it. And you're going to start seeing it more and more people start using it less and less.
So we brought it up here. This is January, February, March, April, May. We're in the month of May. Do we so you know how certain market caps, they have the partnerships with whatever actual exchange, and then you could purchase from there for whatever crypto, right? Mm-hmm. How long before they do that? And if they do it, would that be the thing to like keep the people in, or is it going to be like, oh, this is your last ditch effort? I'm just like throwing it out there because like that kind of got me when I realized that you had market caps where you had the option to be able to like, all right, I'm looking at this specific coin. I see what the the candle wicks and all that look like. You know what? I want to purchase it, and then you click on it again, and boom, it takes you to the exchange, and then bam, you get it. As opposed to I have to leave your site and then go to this whole other next thing to then be able to like. I don't get if they were the first ones. Why didn't they think to do that first?
Right. Well, I mean, it's just some companies choose not to stay relevant. Look at what happened with Sony when Samsung started going, the route that they went. I mean, Sony just thought they were so big and they didn't have to adapt. Look at Sears. I mean, these people, some people they get egotistical and they don't think they need to progress.
Yeah, dude. I don't understand how Poloniex isn't better than Binance. That shit just blows my mind.
But when you think about this though, like Cointelegraph and any other news site, they list it, but they take advertised articles. So I can write my own article, fluffing up my own stuff, and pay Cointelegraph and get it dropped, and not everybody's going to pay attention to saying paid article. It's the same concept. I mean, but nobody's sitting here saying anything negative about Cointelegraph about taking paid articles. So I mean, what's the difference in that? Unfortunately, money corrupts people.
Agreed.
I mean, and a perfect example to kind of to swing back around to show you a perfect example of how money corrupts somebody is Roger Ver. Yeah. So.
DJ Me Popsicle used to work at Sears. Damn. Oh, that's fucked.
They downsized a lot.
I had some shitty fucking jobs too, man. I used to work at Burger King. Was one of my first jobs.
Same. I was just working before I had the job I had before I got into crypto, I was working at Arby's, Burger King at the same time. Yeah.
You worked at a cell phone place for a while too, right?
Yeah, right before I got into crypto. Now I just do crypto stuff. Guys, I gotta wrap things up here. I guess the sentiment for the week is the Bulls are charging up the Bears' ass, and we're gonna see what happens.
Don't FOMO. Don't FOMO. Don't FOMO.
Oh.
Because I don't think the run is quite ready yet. There's no relevant news for the volume and stuff that's going on. I've seen like about $30 million going in and out all weekend. It got up to like $470 million market cap, and now it's been teetering around the 450-ish. Got a little below, so I mean,
dominance has been strong though, bro.
It's just a lot of trades going on. Actually, the Bitcoin dominance isn't as strong, man. It's like 37, 38%, 37%.
I thought this week it's been going up. Maybe I'm wrong.
Let me see here, just to see it real quick. I thought it was 36.1. The last I saw, 36% right now in Bitcoin dominance.
It was closer to 40 last week.
Never mind.
And it's like 96.50 right now, down 2.15% in the past 24 hours, and yeah, so.
Yeah, I see that the big names though moving into the industry in general, it's not necessarily a good thing for Bitcoin, but I mean when I saw that Goldman Sachs or Circle, whatever, Poloniex, the Dow Jones with basic attention. The Nasdaq
it's unavoidable, man.
Yeah, it is. It's just
it's unavoidable. And then what?
Weak hands will be shook.
PayPal and QuickBooks. PayPal and QuickBooks. So I mean, you're gonna. I mean, it's inevitable. And if purists, they're gonna be bitching about regulation and bitching about all these big financial institutions coming in. But what did they expect? So. If they thought that the big money wasn't going to get involved, I don't know. So.
Oh man, we lost Trek.
I'm down for every Sunday.
I don't know why.
Sure.
All right, guys. I got everybody's links in the description box below. There's a link for Rice. There's a link for Trek. You can go ahead and check out the links below. There's a link for the Philly Crypto or Philly Shit Show, Crypto Shit Show in Philly on the 23rd. And there's a link below for the World CryptoCon in Las Vegas in October/November, the end of October, beginning of November. So check out those links, follow everybody, and yeah, we'll see you guys Sunday. Have a day.
Much love.
Adios.